then, because that was your question.
Wait, this is a lot of pressure. Okay, so Janet Jackson, I feel like you are a younger version of her. Like, I can definitely see the influence just from the dance moves when we were dancing in the studio, the voice, everything about it. So I would assume that she's a big inspiration for you.
Yeah, definitely her, Michael Jackson. I guess like the whole family, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah, mainly Michael Jackson. You know, just because I feel like he's someone that's just really been like meticulous about his craft and like just super. Just like a perfectionist, you know, so I like really look up and, you know, aspire to do something.
He was a Virgo.
Similar.
He was a Virgo.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he was a Virgo. So that whole meticulous shit.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense. Aren't you a Capricorn?
Yeah.
Oh, caps be about they work.
Why are you deep breath in that cappy? What's wrong with caps? Someone,
We just gonna leave it at
she
Capricorn.
said so.
I
anyway.
like caps.
Me too.
They're slept on. They're so slept on.
No, they really are.
They're perfectional
They're
too.
like structured fun.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
They're
you.
structured
Look at
fun.
Kim's face over
And
there.
very much so toxic.
They're structured fun.
Wow.
Dang, structured fun. You know, I like that because we like to have fun, but I'm just not trying to be like all over the place.
Exactly.
You know, I want to know what's going on.
Exactly. See, I personally like caps because I'm a Gemini, and like sometimes when I do too much, it takes a Capricorn to
be
bring me
like,
back down.
whoa.
You feel me? So
Yeah.
it's like I need
Let's
that
contain
balance.
this, you know.
Exactly.
I'm not even using my coaster.
That's why I fucks with that.
So do you think the R&B culture has changed from, you know, back then to now? Because I feel like a lot of people don't make R&B.
They don't. I
They
think
say
Like, and
R&B
if they
is
do,
dead.
It is.
that's
It
that's
really
what
is.
I'm really thinking. And if they do, like, you don't got a lot of choices.
Yeah. I think that like original R&B is like gone. Like I don't think anybody does that. I think because like everything is so like combined, you know what I mean? There's like pop this, pop that, you know what I mean? I feel like R&B is kind of like merged into like pop and like kind of hip hop. It's not really like true R&B.
I like
as it was.
alternative. I feel like alternative R&B is the closest to the real
Yeah.
R&B.
I mean, like now they
that
call it
you're gonna get.
alternative.
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
it
what
was
is
just
that?
R&B.
What
like,
is that?
You didn't have to say all
Like
that.
we need to get back to the point where
Dancing in the rain.
Dancing in the rain. Standing there looking out my window. That's what we need. You
But
feel
that
me?
was like real. Like the thing is that because of like social media, right? Anyone can do music. Like if you're just like really popular. So because of that, now like talent has kind of become obsolete. You know, but R&B was like a genre that was like not just anybody could
can do
sing
it.
an R&B. Like you really had to have like a voice, a talent,
Yeah.
you know, something to do. Versus now, everybody with a computer and an iPhone can just like make a trap song.
Right.
They're kind of like, oh well, we don't need R&B, you know. So it's kind of like just it phased out as like the internet, I guess, started to become more popular.
So because the genre is pretty much like oversaturated at this point, what do you do to make sure you don't fall into that trap or fall into those specific sounds that everyone has right now?
Right. That's a good question. Thank you. I definitely I just try to see what people are doing. Like I like to look for the void in music or the void in genres. So I think by doing that, it kind of assures that you're not going to copy anybody, but you're also going to be in your own lane. Because like if you listen to music and you're like, what's missing? You know, like you clearly can see that like nobody does R&B. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a void in music. Nobody's doing that. So when I step back and I think like, you know, I don't really hear a lot of like dance music, or not necessarily music, but I don't see a lot of like artists like dancing. Back in the day when there was like the Sierras and the Beyoncés and everybody was doing that, I kind of felt like that was like a void, and I'm like, okay, well I dance, and so I feel like I can, you know, put that in my artistry and kind of be in my own lane because I do that, you know, but still have like a sound that's familiar because you don't want to like go too far left.
Right.
Yeah, because then people are like
Amy Lowe's.
yeah, they're not gonna understand like what it even is. It's kind of like when you hide like medicine in like applesauce.
Yeah, my mother used to do that
Yeah, because like, you have to give people like what they like. You know what I mean? But I'm just hiding a little bit of sun in there.
It's a placebo effect. You feel me?
Exactly.
That's why I feel like you just have to like work harder if you want to shine brighter. Like that's definitely what your inspirations and who you look up to is like those people nonstop. I was just watching the Scream video, and I'm like,
that's one of my favorite videos ever. If I could ever like
I
recreate
used
a
to
video, it would
fuck
be
my
that.
knees up doing that choreography. Boy.
Oh my god, I would love
learned
to
it, though.
recreate
I hope
that.
you do it.
I learned
Please
it,
do
though.
it. That'd be so iconic.
but I just feel like we definitely are losing that. Like a lot of people can just get on TikTok, blow up because
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Oh, we got another caller.
Oh gosh, I'm nervous.
Shit, me too.
Hello, thanks for calling Illest Girls Next Door. Who's calling?
This is Lyric.
Lyric, hi!
Hi, Lyric.
How you doing?
Guys, Lyric is in like some of my group chats on TikTok. One of their like number one besties.
Is this one of the
I love her.
besties?
Yes.
Hey, bestie.
Hi.
What's up?
What's up, Lyric? Talk to us.
Oh geez, I'm nervous now.
You don't have to be nervous.
Oh geez.
You have like a
breathe.
question?
Okay.
or-
We talk every day, Lyric.
Okay. I have a question. I have a question. So, LaWand,
Yes.
if you weren't doing music, what occupation would you be doing, or would you like to
Good
do?
question.
Okay, so I always say that if I was not doing music, I would like be in a casket somewhere, just because I cannot think about like my life without music. It just doesn't even like make sense. So some of my other interests is kind of how I answer the question. Like I'm really into like real estate, so I feel like maybe I could I would be doing something. Like I'm like a hustler. Like I need to be occupying my time like
That's that
creatively.
Capricorn shit.
Yeah, so I feel like something with real estate, or like I went to school for cosmetology, so like I worked in like hair salons and stuff. I was in high school, so maybe something with that. But definitely something creative.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Never knew that.
Learn something new every day.
Right. Thanks for the question, Lyric. Appreciate you.
Thanks for calling.
Thank
Illest
you
Girls
for
Next Door.
calling, Lyric.
You probably have homework you should be doing, honestly, so you should get to that.
Listen here, my homework's not due until Tuesday, so don't do that.
All right, so you got time.
So
right.
don't do that. How was cosmetology school?
It was cool. Like my school had like a hybrid thing with like a trade school. So like your junior and senior year, like you could like go to a trade school for half the day. So it was pretty cool. I honestly just did it so I could leave for half the day. But I definitely like learned a lot, and like again, like it all like helps because I'm just like a creative person. So like I'm really into like hair. Like right now I'm tired of this hair. I gotta change it. I gotta do something. So I liked it. I still use some of the stuff that I learned like in my craft and artistry. It's like images and stuff.
That's fire. I'm not girly enough to do like hair. And
That used to be me.
I be trying.
I really be trying. I swear,
really
like
do.
this is the best you gonna get. This is slick back. You feel me?
Bun. You can't go wrong with a bun.
You can't go wrong with the bun. My
Yeah,
wash
I be
and goes
playing
be a hit
people.
and miss. Like
Never do a wash and go. My hair be saying no.
Okay.
my black cars revoked because I don't
Hit
know
or
how to
miss.
cornroll.
And I be looking like, yo, like
Dang, it's
somebody braid my
okay.
hair.
It's okay. I actually the way I learned how to braid, I had like one of those little like Barbie head.
I
dolls.
had the Brax one.
And I had like I all I knew was that it was like 3 strands, and
you
I
gotta,
just
like,
I
try
tried
it
every
every
single
time.
way until it just looked like a braid. And then I was like, oh, this is like I literally was trying like 4 strands, 3 strands, because like YouTube tutorials were like not popping back then.
Right.
So I was
Really
like,
weren't.
oh, how do I? And then I figured it out. I was like,
Yo, we
oh,
really
okay.
had to get it out the mud. There was no YouTube, bro. We really had to get it out
You
the
had to
mud.
get somebody to show you how to do
show
it.
you.
You had to be right there, like
You had to know somebody. You had to pick up the phone
Right.
and
Can you
call
come over?
someone.
Yo, we really ain't have YouTube.
Yeah.
What are you?
Soldier Boy started that.
Oh, don't even.
Soldier Boy, tell.
Oh my God.
Yo.
Nah, he really did.
I was
did,
the first
though,
to do that.
Nah, he really. All of this and the
I know,
everything
right?
that we got now.
We got now. TikTok is all Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
No, literally,
First
you got to get a man his flowers.
Nah, facts.
Respectfully, you have to. But Bow Wow won that versus. What you mean, bro?
I used to love Bow Wow when I was little. Oh my gosh.
Are
I
you
wanted
really?
to
Did you just
marry
sigh?
him.
Did you just sigh?
I kind of.
Bro, you young, but you're not that young. You're not about to do that. You're not about to do that.
Put some respect on his name.
I don't want to say nothing because people don't get me, but I'm on Bow Wow stuff because it just touched my heart, my childhood.
Wait,
I know, right?
I love Bow Wow.
Of course. Who
That's
did
what I'm saying.
Everyone had a crush on him. Like, come on now.
It's like I
Bro,
can't do
I
that to
ran
him.
like Mike to the ground. The movie was skipping and the first scene. I couldn't watch it no more.
not the movie skipping.
The
You know
movie
how
was
far
skipping
back
in
that
the
was?
first scene,
Wow.
bro.
Throwbacks to DVDs, man. R.I.P.
When it started
Days
skipping,
off.
it's like, damn.
Damn.
Right now you have streaming. That's so
I
crazy.
had the little spray shit. I'm trying to clean it. This shit wasn't working. I
They
couldn't
had
watch
that?
it. Yeah, girl.
That's fire. I didn't know they
Girl,
had
I had
that.
the spray. If that wasn't working, you get some Windex. You clean it off. You feel me? Like new.
Wow.
No, fact. That's all I had.
Yeah, that I would do, but but the spray is fancy.
Nah, I had
wasn't getting nothing
because my mother was like a movie junkie, so we had all the bootleg movies. You feel me?
Okay, so yeah, you can't.
So-
I
I
was
had
not
the
about to
bootleg. I
work.
did.
We had like a stack.
They come
we had
in
like
the
500
nail
bootleg
shop.
movies.
Let me get two.
Yeah, when you getting your
roll
hair
up on the
done,
corner
the
and
guy would like
look
walk around.
Exactly.
Wow, that's
Exactly.
crazy.
Damn, we
Bootleg
old.
movies. Don't say that. Wow,
Soulja Boy
yeah.
won.
I'm about to go on TikTok and be like,
Wait,
how many of y'all know what a
I'm-
bootleg movie is?
She said Soulja Boy
All
won,
right,
bro.
so Bow Wow had a better performance.
How did Soulja Boy win, my nigga? He played the one song 3 times. How did he win?
He was trying to get his point across.
How did he? She's only.
I feel like he was entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bow Wow was way more entertaining.
They were both
He literally
entertaining. I
gave
thought it
a
was
show.
entertaining.
So
Soulja Boy
how
was
did
just walking
Soulja
around.
Boy win?
Soulja Boy's just
like-
like a personality.
Cause like I'm going.
No.
Soulja Boy.
You got to make it make sense. How did he win, bro?
It makes sense in my brain. and
That's
we gonna
that's
go
that
with
Leo
Soulja
shit. Soulja Boy's a Leo.
It's Leo
Conversation
season,
over.
like,
That is a
Conversation
Leo
over. I'm
thing.
gonna let you rock, my boy.
Got it.
I'm
And
letting you rock.
First of all, my birthday is in 9 days. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, happy early birthday!
Spice it up.
Must be birthday behavior.
Okay.
Come on.
The lions are out the cage.
They are
They
out the cage,
cage.
acting a damn fool.
I'm about
As they
to
should though, as you
Child.
should.
As I should.
I want to get into it a little bit because you looking all beautiful, tall, nice glasses, nice shirt.
thank you.
How's the clothing line? Can you tell us more about that?
The clothing line. So I mean, like I have merch. You know, I feel like I would create like my own like clothing line, like a Fashion Nova of sorts.
I was gonna
That's
say
what I'm
that.
like.
I can see that.
Like yeah, like the thing is that like due to COVID, right? I had so much time on my hands. I literally like know how to do it. Like I have all the information, all the resources. Like I could really like start my own clothing line. But I was like, you know what? I'm trying to like put all my energy into music. You know?
Yeah.
But like the merch is really just it's merch, and people were like asking me, they're like, yo, like when you drop merch, I was like, dang, I guess now. You know what I mean? So that's definitely going well, but it's not I wouldn't say it's my clothing line because I really feel like I want to like go all out if I were to do that.
Okay, so do we have like a projected date possibly
Coming soon.
See,
coming
I feel
soon.
like I'm gonna do like the Rihanna. And, like once I start doing other stuff, like music is over. You know what I mean?
Definitely a
So-
Capricorn quality.
Yeah, I want to focus on like one thing at a time. So I'm like right now, music. After that, if I'm like, you know what, clothes. I'm do the Kanye. Just start making clothes.
Right.
Maybe I'll come back with an album, but like, I got to see how life pans out. I'm like a very also like spontaneous person. So one day I might be like, yo, I just have to do this, and then just boom, clothing line. But I'm trying to focus on music.
But
So, what's the most valuable thing that you learned throughout your career?
Wow, there's so many things.
Or the one that's like stuck with you and is gonna stick with you?
Right, the most valuable thing. I would definitely say to perfect your craft. I learned that I think that was told to me in that my very first musical meeting ever. Just to be like super good at what you do. A lot of times just because I was someone I just feel like I'm not like a talented person, you know what I mean? And so when you have like natural abilities, you kind of feel like, why do I have to practice? Like I can just wing this. I just was born to know how to do this. But I think learning that if you are already naturally good and you practice, think about how much farther you could go versus being like, oh, I could be average just doing nothing. You know what I mean? So I think that's probably I always think about that to this day. Years later, I'm like, dang, I really just got to be good at what I do.
You still got to be teachable.
Yeah.
no,
yeah.
literally. So what would you say? All right, give me 3 pros of being in the music industry, and then
Okay.
give me 3 cons.
Yeah.
Pro number 1, you can write everything off on your taxes. Everything is like a
Okay.
lifestyle, you know what I mean? Pro 2, it's fun. You're just doing all types of stuff. It's it doesn't feel like you're working. Pro 3, you get to have a really positive effect on people, which is probably the best. Cons, I don't know. I can't really think of any cons. I mean, it's a con to some and not a con to others. You don't really have a lot of free time.
Okay.
So because you really are super dedicated and but because it's so fun, it doesn't feel like I have no
It doesn't
free
feel
time.
like work.
Yeah, because I'm enjoying what I'm doing so much. So probably you don't have a free time. You have to say no to a lot of things, which is kind of tied to having a free time. So it's if it's someone's birthday or oh let's go do this, it's sorry I can't, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, so that can get kind of sad. And then probably just like trolls, just people, everybody judging everything that you do. You know, I mean, it's cool because like there's so many people who love it, but with that, there's going to be people who don't love it, and they're going to tell you why they don't love it. So you know, if that's like affects your mental, then that could be super bad. But even just in general, like it's just not fun to see. Like it's just not a good time. So those are my pros and cons.
So then that would lead me to my next question: how do you keep your mental stable?
I don't look. That's number one. I definitely, I feel it's like out of sight, out of mind. Like if I can't see it, I can't think about it. So there's that. And then I have things that I do like every day or like every week that kind of keep me grounded, you know? So like I like to do a lot of like gratitude and like, you know, I personally, like I'll read like the Bible and like I'll pray. So I have to do something literally every day just to like remind me like why am I doing this, you know what I mean, like just to kind of, because you can get so like distracted, like if you do pay attention to the trolls and then you're like trying to prove something and you're like, yo, this person got this, and you start comparing yourself and you're like, well, they're here and I'm not here, and then that can just like, that's so bad. So I really just try to like remind myself like, why do I do this, so why am I doing this, you know what I mean? So that's how I kind of stay calm in the madness.
Interesting.
That was such a great answer because
Thank you.
I know you're talking personally for you, but I know a lot of people like feel like they have something to prove or something to respond to, and that can cancel culture is on fire. Gosh. So it's like you got to be real careful about how you let people influence you. Like, so I think that's really strong, and I feel like they hating. You are amazing. They haters for real.
Like you can't make everybody happy. That's always what I think. You know, I'm like, all right, I got I'm like a glass half full type of person. So I'm always looking at the positive. So like even if there are hate, like I'm going to focus on like the positives and like the people that are giving me good energy, you know? Because I'm like, I feel like it's almost disrespectful to have all these people that are so positive and supportive and to just ignore them, right? And just focus on like
the negative.
Like I'll see people all the time where they'll have like thousands of love and they're literally responding to like one hate comment. And it's like, what about all these people that support you? Like that's why like I'm super big on like responding to like comments and DMs and things like that, just because I feel like it also helps you like focus like on the positive, you know what I mean?
It's like you don't want to give negative energy any attention because it'll just perpetuate and perpetuate to the point where it consumes you, and then you forget about the silver lining. You forget about those positive comments and everything. So, I mean, like, that's something that I realized with us just doing this. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. One of my biggest fears is being on the shade room for some bullshit. Like, when we get there, I'm like, bro, I don't think I'm prepared for that. I really, like, I will go into a shell. But it's just a matter of how, like, your self-awareness and how resilient and strong that you are, and not to let, you know, certain people just sit, because a lot of people are just ignorant. People just
bored.
No, that's the word, bored.
Because like if you're living your own life, like I think about myself, I'm like, bro, I'm out here cultivating my own life. I'm doing things I want to do. I don't have time to talk about hate. Everyone that I know who's doing something doesn't have time to sit around and talk about hate. So I'm like, anyone that is trolling, I'm like, it's very clear that you have way too much time on your hands. Like when people are like, yo, get a job. Like kind of actually though, because what you have like all this time to just be like, especially if it's like some random profile and it's like, it's almost like, and they just do it for like attention, you know? It's like, it's really sad. It's super sad.
Got no pictures on their page.
No picture.
Or like some
just watching me.
Yeah.
Surveillance camera
For your whole life. It's like, yo,
like, bro, go to therapy. Go to therapy. You're bored and you don't get enough attention at home.
No, I'm gonna start sending people like better help links.
No, seriously. You have to like, because they have real life mental illnesses. Like, it makes no sense. Like, why are you so obsessed with my life? Like,
why are you so obsessed with me?
Why? I wanna know why that you're sexy.
I knew.
I say this every time. If I could sing, I would sing everywhere.
I swear.
Like, you sing
Though.
everywhere.
I sing all the time.
I be drinking in the shower. You can't tell me shit in the shower.
In the shower, in the car.
The car hits.
But I ain't a lot of music gotta be louder than me.
No, it was this post that said, I think it's so funny how me and Jasmine Sullivan sound exactly alike when the music is on. Because I be sounding just like sis. Like, what are you talking about? And don't touch my radio.
But y'all know what time it is, right?
Ooh, it's that time already?
It's that time.
I heard something buzzing.
It's about that time.
Oh, it is that time.
It's Daddy Hungry.
Oh, no! Oh, man, I'm about to get God.
So we kind of went over the rules at the beginning. Dirty laundry, you give us a little secret. You pick a little bone out the closet. You know, no indictments, so no names.
Don't tell.
Don't get yourself in trouble. Don't
Please
get nobody
don't.
else in trouble.
Okay.
It could be anything that you witnessed, anything that you heard, anything that you personally went through. We've had some crazy stories. We've had a couple people. I won't even say a couple people.
Yeah.
This girl got caught by her mom having sex. This
Wow.
guy got a sexual act performed on him on someone's mom's wedding dress.
Oh my God.
Somebody peed in a bottle and made their friend
That was
drink
the worst
it.
one.
Yeah,
That
it get real
was
wacky up here.
literally
It get
the worst
real
one.
wacky. So I mean, you got something
was
for us?
yours?
I mean, I feel like you do.
Okay.
Because y'all Capricorns be sneaky.
Yo, what?
Y'all be sneaky as
They be
hell.
moving in the shadows.
They be
No, they can leave a
but the
double light.
funniest part about it is they
They
think
can-
nobody knows.
He saw you. I be thinking that.
Y'all be thinking y'all so invisible. Like, nigga, I see you.
Right, I'd be like, no,
Oh,
you
it's
don't.
I see.
don't.
Like, they one of those people, like, they close their eyes and think that nobody
Like,
can
I'm
see them.
invisible. I'm
Like,
invisible right now.
I'm invisible. You can't see me.
Nobody's here.
Like,
Oh,
that's
okay.
so accurate.
Something that I'm not like a real sneaky person. Like I feel like I am pretty like open. Like I live my life on social media. Not to mention like when I was a kid, I used to like tell on myself. Like I have anxiety. So if I did something, like let's say I broke something, the minute my mom walked in, I said, "Yo, mom, I broke this. Here it is. I'm sorry." Because
I
like
wish I was like that.
the anticipation of her
Trying to
finding
hide
out,
and
and
shit,
then
trying to cover it up.
No, I wasn't hot. It'll be broken. I'd be like, I didn't do it. I'll be the only one in the room. I didn't do it.
I would tell the truth.
I
yeah,
didn't do it.
I can't
it was
take
me.
that.
Like looking back now, I see why my mother used to whoop my ass, bro, because I was wilding. Like the shit'll be broke, and I'd be like, I didn't do it.
It wasn't me.
Only one home. Only one home. I
I'm
didn't do
trying
it.
to cover it, replace it. Like, when you get this from, I'm about to go buy a new
you
one.
try to plan. Yeah, no, I just so even like today, like I don't have secrets. I can't like really lie because I'm just too anxious. But something I guess crazy that I experienced. So I was held at gunpoint a few months ago. Yeah. Over an iPhone. That was insane, right?
iPhone?
Yeah. So I went to and my mom literally was like yelling at me like, "Why are we trying to sell my phone? You didn't pay for that phone." But anyway, so I was trying to sell my iPhone, okay, and I was on like one of those apps, like those I forgot the
Offer
name
up
of it.
or let it go or
Yeah, like one of
something.
those, right? Yeah. And so like I put it up or whatever. And someone messaged me and they're like, "Yo, like, you know, would you drop it off? Like, would you like a meetup?" And I was like, "Oh, like, yeah, sure. Like, we're at," and like they told me an address. And then I was thinking like, I shouldn't go alone, right? I literally, I remember, I was like, bro, I could pull up and this person could just put a gun to my head and be like, "Give me the phone."
You
And I
had that thought?
And I told somebody that, yeah, like literally. And I was like, So then I had somebody come with me. So then I go there, right? And like now that I'm like it's over, I'm like, dang, I should have known. So like my sign was gonna be because he gave me a house address. Okay. And I'm thinking, well, if you're gonna commit a crime, why would you give me a house address? But then I was like, okay, if he does not come out of the house, something's weird because that means you don't live there, right? So I'm thinking like I'm real logical about it. But he threw me off because he said that he was getting off of work and he was gonna come out of an Uber. So once he said that, I'm immediately not thinking for you to come out of the house. Terrible. So then I see this guy like walking back and forward, which ends up being him. He like comes around. So like then me and my friend, we get out the car. I have the phone. And you know what's so terrible? I was like, it's so like hyped because I found my iPhone charger. And I was like, bro, found the charger, just so you know. Glad I can include that. Meanwhile, this man was planning to rob me the whole time. I felt so stupid. But I was like, all right, bro, like cords in the box, you know? And he was like, does it work? And then I was like, yeah, dude. And so like I show him that it works or whatever. And literally, okay, he had this like assault, like sawed off rifle, and he like pulled it. It was like the size of his leg. Pulled it out of his thing, okay, went click, clack. I saw shells fall down and goes, put it in the bag. And no joke, this was me. I was like, I didn't even put it in the bag. He had a bag. I took his hand and I was like, have a good day, bro. And I just got in my car. He was like, yo, man, I thought you were a guy. I didn't know you were a girl, man. I'm not trying to do all that. And I'm like,
What?
I was like, nah, bro. I was like, yo, you're all good. Have a good night. Have a good night. And I just got in the car, okay? And he, you know, ran off to wherever he got in a car. They like drove away. And I was like, okay. Wow. And the girl I was with was like, please drive off. And I was like, right. And I was like getting in my car and I was like, wow, that really just happened.
You had to take a minute to like.
I'm trying to process the story.
didn't
Like,
know
Yeah,
you was
yeah.
a girl.
Yeah,
At what point
yeah,
did
like
you
at what point did you like when you
Right.
when you cut this shit back? Like
I
what?
think like when we were like when he was messaging me, but then I'm like, that means nothing because once you saw me
That's
get
what
out the car,
that's what I'm saying.
You
Like-
could have been like, actually, never mind. You know, I don't really.
Wow.
So why are
But-
we robbing people on the app anyway? That's horrible, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that happened.
But that's even worse. Like if it was a guy, so like now you plotting on like another man's life for a phone.
And
Yeah,
it was
those
like
apps or
in the
something.
middle of like a neighborhood. Like he only had about like 5 seconds, so somebody was like walking their dog. Like it wasn't even like a real like sketchy place. It was like in front of like residential
Like
houses.
did he have like all black on or like did
Yeah,
he?
I mean, like he had like it was like kind of dark outside. So he had like black clothes on, but then like it was like during COVID, so everyone already had a face mask on, so it wasn't like
Weird.
Yeah. But I was like, wow.
Bro slid in the COVID mask.
Why are you?
But yeah, no, that was
COVID mask.
Nah, but it is.
Yo.
It's definitely important to be safe.
yeah. You gotta be safe and smart
Already
with
as
apps.
being a female already, but
Right,
the
I
fact that
know.
he's like plotting on a freaking
That's
app,
what I'm
that's
thinking. Like, and I
insane,
kept
like,
thinking, I was like, yo, for a phone, bro.
for a phone.
Like I could not get that out of my head. I was like an iPhone, like a piece of like glass and some buttons. Like you were gonna just my entire life because of a phone.
A phone?
Like
Yo, mental illness is real, bro.
right.
Mental illness
you
is
could,
real.
You could definitely tell. Like I was like, yo, you clearly need this money, bro. Like if
Just
this is
take
what
it.
you're doing, yeah,
Just
that's
take it.
that's how I feel. I was like, bro, you got it, man. Have a good night. Like
You
I
didn't
hope
go
that
through the
you,
app or anything.
I mean, yeah,
try
like,
to-
I reported it to the app, but like that was really there was like not much more I could really do. You know, I just wanted to let the app know, like, bro, this is happening. But then I was like, dang, I guess guys don't do meetups.
Oh, that was different.
Yeah, like mail your stuff. You know what I mean? Do
Yeah.
not go meet strangers, even if it's during the day. People are still.
But
Really
that's like,
weird.
definitely good that you go with somebody because I don't go anywhere by myself. If I don't have to, I'm not going.
Yeah, that's also what I was thinking. I was like, I mean, I felt terrible, right? That I put this girl in danger. You know, obviously I didn't
Well,
know.
you didn't know, right.
But like, I was also like, dang, like if I was alone, like just imagine.
yeah.
Like, it was so scary to think.
But it's just the fact that you knew.
Right.
That was also
What-
yeah.
what you knew. That's
And
why
she
I
was so
always
freaked
tell
out by
people
that.
like, yo, trust your gut, trust your intuition. Like,
instinct.
please,
Trust your
please.
instincts.
Like
Right.
that
It's
shit
for
is
a reason,
crazy.
yeah. Like, and even like my friend that I brought, she was like freaked out by that because she was like, "You literally said,
said
this."
that.
And I was like, "Yeah, talk about manifesting."
Right.
I was like, tomorrow I'm gonna make up and put $1 million. you know what I mean? I was like, since my manifesting is so strong right now.
Yeah.
Literally. That's
I
all you
feel
gotta
like
think
that's
about.
like things we think about every day, but not actually
Every day.
happening. Like,
No,
okay,
for
I'm
real.
gonna just go do this, and it's normal.
Yeah, you never
That's
know.
really crazy.
That's how the day my house caught on fire. I literally woke up and I'm like, let me take my books off the radiator for the house catch on fire. What happens later? The house catches on fire.
Yeah, I was in a
It's
car.
always those type of like,
Wow, that like
I was in a
chills.
car and I said this car is gonna blow up, and 10 minutes later, the car was on fire. We hopped out the car. We got 10 feet away from the car and the shit blew up.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Trust
shit is
yourself,
real,
guys.
bro.
Trust
Oh
yourself.
my gosh,
Shit is
yeah, guys,
real.
trust your instinct. If you ain't learned nothing, trust your instinct.
and those gut feelings. If your gut tell you that nigga doing something, that nigga doing something.
He is. I know people that on TikTok all the time.
Definitely on the TikTok. I'm like, I'll be watching them.
That's like my number one. Like everyone's always asking me for like advice, and they're always like, "How do you know if your man is cheating?" And I was like, "If you think he's cheating, that's
If the thought even crosses your mind,
your mind." I mean, like,
says he's cheating.
What you gotta do?
He's cheating.
there's some girls that are just like crazy, but I'm like, most of the time, you're not about to just wake up and be like, "He's cheating." Like something, he must be acting like something is
Different.
changing. Yeah, that's making you think that. So I'm always like, I mean. Whatever your intuition, like women's intuition is like very strong. So I'm like, if you got that, and they're like,
Might
oh,
want
but
to go
I,
look for the clues.
right, yeah, but then
All
I'm
right,
like, I
so
need proof.
if he leaves his phone down, are you going through the phone?
Nah. Me personally, I mean, like, me personally, no. But if I were to have like a suspicion, yes. But I also would tell him, the second you get back, I'd be like, bro, I just went through your phone. And if I found something, we're going to talk about it. If I didn't, I'd be like, I'm wrong, my bad, you know. Hopefully you forgive me because I guess you're loyal. You know, but I just think people should be like doing that and like not saying anything.
Yeah.
You know, but because I
I'll be
don't
saying
want to see nothing I don't want to
I'll be
see.
plotting in my head.
You know?
I don't wanna know.
I was watching.
If you're playing me, keep it on the low.
That's what I'm
Cause my heart can't take it anymore.
I'm about to bring that song back.
From our lessons,
Ignorance
Just
is
go
bliss.
turn on the TV, go eat a snack. Just wait till you come. Just chill out.
Just wait.
Word.
Just enjoy the moment.
Nah, I mean, like,
You feel me?
once I get that look, like, I need to know it all.
But me,
I need to know it all.
see, I'm so traumatized, bro. I'm so traumatized. Nah, because look,
Trust issues.
I was talking to this guy, and we was around each other a couple times, and every time he would get up, he would leave his phone. So I'm like, is there really nothing in your phone, or are you trying to make me believe that there's really nothing in your phone so that I can be confident? Like, I'm not about to go through your shit, but the fact that that's even a thought, like,
feel like you
I
left
got
your
some
phone.
healing to do.
Take your phone.
Like, bro, stop playing with me, bro. Take this shit.
No, I
Take
get freaked out by the this. The
Nah,
face
see,
down.
some
That's
leave
me.
this shit face up,
The
and
face
I'm like,
down, I'd be like,
That's
why,
me.
Why your phone face down?
like, make it make
Like,
sense.
you don't want, like, a little ding, you want me to see
my
your Snapchat
phone,
notification?
My phone is face down because I'm focused on you.
Or
Stop
the
fucking playing with me.
D&D. I just don't want to talk to my friends, or they just keep
Oh,
calling
no.
me.
Oh, it's the group chat.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's funny.
Ding, ding,
I feel like
ding.
you got
It's the group
Snapchats.
chat.
You got Snap group chats. Or
It's oh, okay.
Why?
Like, stop
Snapchat?
playing with me.
Really? Like,
People
I heard something
still
about
use it.
Snapchat.
Oh,
I'm
it
like,
wasn't
who's still...
Yo,
I
a
use
lot of
Snapchat.
people are. When I went to Cali,
be on Snapchat.
everybody be like Snapchat.
No,
Yes.
that's so. I forgot who I was talking to, but they just said if you leave out of Jersey. No, my cousin was saying this. If you leave out of Jersey, everybody uses Snapchat.
You want to make one?
Like it's still a thing.
Let's make one.
I got one.
Oh,
I
you
ain't
on
gonna lie,
Snap?
my best memories is in Snapchat.
Snapchat,
If
yeah,
I
Snapchat's
literally
really
I
good.
say
Snapchat's
still,
good.
I still have my Snapchat. I go on there when I'm going down memory lane. Like I want to remember.
Yeah,
when I want to
my
reminisce
they be
about
popping
college
up.
and shit.
Yeah. I don't like that they
College
pop up
guys.
though. I'm like, I want to choose to go to my memories. Don't tell me, but I
Right,
was doing
right.
it 3 years ago.
Right.
Like,
Nah,
don't
I-
remind me of that.
Snapchat in college was a different time.
What?
That was a different. That was.
them house parties and
That was a-
backyard
that was a
parties.
different
Backyard.
time.
Y'all was living a life.
What?
Backyard.
Oh, I didn't go to no college backyard parties. I was in
I
somebody's
did.
basement. We did the
Okay,
Yeah, I
at
basement
least you
definitely
knew
went
where
to
we
a
were.
Ruckus
We did
basement
the-
party.
we did
You
the
were aware of your
basement joint.
surroundings, so I mean that's good.
Oh yeah, always.
You know what you can't trust? Ruckus parties. You can't fucking trust
The ruckus
Ruckus.
party I went to was in the basement.
Oh,
That's funny.
it's like everybody do fucking drugs or like
Yeah,
those, like,
everybody
big
just
schools.
That's
like
any
that, yeah.
PWI.
nah. But Ruckus is different. Like they don't care. I remember I was walking down the block. Like some dude walked up to me like, "Yeah, you got some." Just like that. He didn't say the word. He literally walked up like, "Yeah, y'all got some," and did that. I said no.
They be dead ass.
Calm no.
They be dead.
That's what, when I was just in Miami, people walking around
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm
It's
like,
different down there.
damn.
That it's so and like it's so regular. Like
It's so
I was
regular.
really like blown away when I started like seeing people like do that because like I grew up thinking like oh like if you do that like you're a bad person. I saw like regular grown like people like functioning.
Function.
Doing
Yo, it's the functioning ones, bro. Everybody on Wall Street.
You like I'm telling you, it's not these
They do
people
that
like
shit.
in the alleys that are doing that.
It's
It's these
not.
people in the offices that
It's not.
are really
Coke is the rich people drug.
Yeah.
yes.
Crack.
Is the,
Crack is whack.
That's the point.
Crack is cheap.
shout out to Chris.
Right.
Yeah, no,
That's the
scary.
white people drug.
Definitely.
This was a
scary.
great show.
Definitely was.
This is one probably my favorite interviews. This is like a good vibe. Definitely, I have to come back here. This is I love you guys.
We gotta get in the
Don't
studio.
forget
We gotta
about
create
us.
some shit.
We got.
Like,
When you about to?
We gotta create some shit. I'm saying the
Ooh.
studio down the hall. You feel me?
Dance Spies 101. Like,
We need
tap
that.
in.
Because it was a vibe.
Definitely.
We had a
We
great
have to
time.
do that again.
We had a great time.
We still got to remix the intro too. We can't forget
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
yes,
no,
yes, yes.
we're gonna make Marv. We making that a thing.
Okay.
We making that a thing.
Have me on the beat, you feel me? We got a
Okay.
little thing.
We could do a little ad lib here and there.
Yeah,
A little ooh and a little ah.
Okay.
Not
that.
too crazy. Don't rate me for so Latino. You feel me?
Come on, Solfege. Yes, I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Man.
We're doing
You
that.
already know, baby.
This is Illest Girls Next Door.
And we'll be back next Sunday with another one.
Bye.
Bye. Is it the outro song?
Yes.